The Governor's Plus-Size Daughter, Movie Review, StarWire USA. Welcome back to StarWire USA. Today, we're taking a closer look at The Governor's Plus-Size Daughter, a heartfelt drama that blends family relationships, romance, and personal growth into an emotionally engaging story. Instead of relying on flashy twists or exaggerated drama, the film explores universal themes such as self-worth, confidence, acceptance, and the courage to remain authentic in a world that often judges people by appearances. While the premise may initially sound like a familiar coming-of-age romance, the movie gradually reveals itself to be a thoughtful character study that encourages audiences to rethink what true beauty and success really mean. One of the film's strongest qualities is its commitment to emotional authenticity. Rather than portraying its protagonist as someone waiting to be rescued, the story emphasizes that lasting confidence comes from within. The central character's journey is not about becoming someone else to earn acceptance, but about recognizing her own value despite the expectations placed upon her. This message gives the movie a refreshing level of maturity and separates it from many dramas that rely on superficial transformations. The lead actress delivers a performance filled with warmth and sincerity. She portrays vulnerability with remarkable subtlety, allowing viewers to understand the emotional weight carried by someone constantly living under public scrutiny. Through expressive facial reactions, quiet moments of reflection, and believable dialogue, she creates a character who feels genuine and relatable. Instead of dramatic emotional outbursts, her growth is shown through small but meaningful changes in confidence and self-awareness, making the performance feel natural rather than forced. The supporting cast also contributes significantly to the film's emotional depth. Family members, friends, and acquaintances each represent different perspectives on beauty, achievement, and social expectations. Some characters unintentionally reinforce harmful stereotypes, while others encourage compassion and acceptance. Rather than reducing these individuals to simple heroes or villains, the screenplay allows most of them to possess understandable motivations, adding complexity to the overall narrative. One of the movie's most compelling themes is the pressure created by public expectations. Being connected to a prominent political family means every decision and every public appearance carries additional significance. The film thoughtfully explores how reputation can become both a privilege and a burden. It asks whether maintaining a public image is worth sacrificing personal happiness and reminds viewers that even those who appear successful may struggle privately with insecurity and self-doubt. Another area where the screenplay succeeds is its treatment of family relationships. Instead of presenting conflict through constant arguments, the movie focuses on misunderstandings created by love, responsibility, and unrealistic expectations. Parents and children often want the best for each other, but their different perspectives sometimes create emotional distance. This nuanced portrayal makes the family dynamic feel believable and emotionally engaging. The romantic element of the story is handled with restraint. Rather than dominating the narrative, romance supports the protagonist's broader emotional journey. The relationship develops through mutual respect, honest communication, and shared understanding instead of relying solely on dramatic declarations or familiar genre cliches. As a result, the romance feels like a natural extension of the character's personal growth rather than the sole purpose of the film. Visually, The Governor's Plus-Size Daughter presents an elegant and polished appearance. The cinematography balances sophisticated public environments with intimate private settings, reinforcing the contrast between external appearances and internal emotions. Warm lighting, carefully composed close-up shots, and graceful camera movement create an atmosphere that supports the film's emotional tone without distracting from the performances. The production design deserves recognition for creating believable spaces that reflect both status and personality. Government residences, formal events, and family settings feel authentic without becoming overwhelming. Every environment serves the story by reinforcing the emotional state of the characters rather than existing purely for visual spectacle. Costume design is equally effective. Clothing choices evolve alongside the protagonist's emotional development without suggesting that fashion alone creates confidence. Instead, wardrobe becomes a subtle reflection of changing self-perception and growing comfort with one's identity. This thoughtful approach supports the film's larger message that confidence is rooted in self-acceptance rather than appearance. The musical score complements the emotional atmosphere with gentle orchestral themes and contemporary melodies. Rather than manipulating viewers through overly dramatic compositions, the soundtrack quietly enhances reflective moments while allowing performances to remain the emotional center of each scene. This restrained musical approach contributes significantly to the film's overall sincerity. From a storytelling perspective, the pacing remains deliberate throughout. Viewers expecting constant dramatic twists may find the rhythm slower than typical mainstream dramas, but the measured approach allows relationships and emotional themes to develop naturally. The screenplay spends time exploring conversations, personal reflection, and gradual character growth instead of rushing toward major emotional climaxes. For audiences who appreciate character-driven storytelling, this slower pace becomes one of the movie's greatest strengths. The dialogue also deserves praise for its realistic tone. Conversations generally feel authentic because they avoid excessive melodrama and instead focus on emotional honesty. Characters communicate through ordinary language, making their interactions believable and relatable. This grounded writing strengthens the performances and reinforces the film's emphasis on genuine human connection. One of the movie's most important achievements is its challenge to conventional beauty standards. Without becoming preachy, the screenplay encourages audiences to question assumptions about appearance, popularity, and success. It consistently reminds viewers that qualities such as compassion, resilience, integrity, and confidence ultimately define a person's value far more than physical appearance. This timeless message gives the story emotional resonance that extends beyond its specific setting. The direction deserves recognition for maintaining a consistent emotional tone from beginning to end. Instead of relying on exaggerated sentimentality, the filmmaker trusts the performances and screenplay to create emotional impact. Quiet scenes often become the most memorable because they allow viewers to observe the characters' internal struggles without unnecessary distractions. Like many films, The Governor's plus-size daughter is not without flaws. Some supporting characters could have been explored in greater depth, and a few familiar genre conventions occasionally reduce the sense of unpredictability. Additionally, audiences who prefer fast-paced storytelling may find the film's emphasis on emotional reflection slower than expected. However, these limitations rarely overshadow its heartfelt performances and meaningful themes. Ultimately, The Governor's plus-size daughter succeeds because it understands that confidence cannot be given by others. It must be discovered within oneself. Through emotionally grounded performances, thoughtful direction, polished cinematography, and mature storytelling, the film delivers an uplifting message about dignity, acceptance, and personal growth. Rather than celebrating perfection, it celebrates authenticity, reminding viewers that real beauty is reflected through kindness, resilience, and the courage to embrace one's true identity. Final rating: 9 out of 10. If you enjoy emotional dramas that combine family relationships, romance, and inspiring themes of self-acceptance, The Governor's plus-size daughter offers a rewarding viewing experience. Its strongest moments come from its sincerity and its belief that every person deserves respect regardless of appearance. It is a film that entertains while also encouraging meaningful reflection, qualities that make it a memorable addition to the modern drama genre. Thanks for reading this review from StarWire USA. If you enjoyed it, be sure to follow us for more movie reviews, entertainment news, celebrity updates, and in-depth analyses of the latest films and streaming releases.